I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Romans, chapter 5. Let's focus on verses 8 through 11. But God provides His own love for us in that while we were still sinners, Messiah died for us. Much more then, since we have now been declared righteous by His blood, we will be saved through Him from wrath. For if, while we were enemies, we were reconciled to God through the death of His Son, then how much more, being reconciled, will we be saved by His life? And not that only, but we also rejoice in God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have now received reconciliation. Now, it has been said that people come to faith in Jesus for three reasons: past, present, and future. What does that mean? Well, we feel guilt over our past, and we are overwhelmed by our present, and then we are uncertain of what lies ahead in the future. So in the passage above, Paul addresses each reason, and then he weaves them all together. He demonstrates how they relate to each other and how they are inseparable. You see, in the past, we were still sinners and enemies when the Messiah died for us. See, in the past, we were enemies and sinners. And He was aware of our past, and yet He loved us anyway. His love results not from the abundance of our goodness. We were enemies and sinners. Rather, His love comes from the greatness of His affection and His holiness. Now, concerning the present, we have now been declared righteous by His blood. We are now reconciled to God through the death of His Son. We now rejoice in God because of the Messiah's life, that is, His resurrection. With the weight of our past and the concern of our future being removed, we are now free to enjoy life abundantly today. Now, with respect to the future, that's past, that's present. What about the future? Well, since we have now been declared righteous by His blood, we will be saved through Jesus from the wrath to come. We are saved now, and we are confident that we will be saved. If while we were enemies, we were reconciled to God through the death of His Son, then how much more, having been reconciled, will we be saved by His life? Now, I was receptive to the gospel when I was younger, almost 21 years old. I heard the gospel. I finally believed it because my past had really messed up my present to the extent that I believed that I had no hope for the future. Maybe that's you. No matter what our particular areas of spiritual struggle are, if we are genuinely seeking salvation and the truth, we must all enter into a saving relationship with God through the one door which is offered, and that is the Messiah, Jesus. He loves you despite your past. He will give you hope for today, and He secures the future of all true believers with the promise of eternity in heaven. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Now, Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people just like you. And yes, we need your monthly support. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. You know, another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. You tell people about us. Right? Share these podcasts with friends and family. Say, man, I have a friend who would really like to see this today. I mean, I know this reminded me of somebody. Well, send it to them, right? Share this stuff on your social media. It makes an impact in the lives of people. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.